Hello artists! Today we're going to be trying a new type of printmaking. It's called Sumingashi printmaking, and it uses ink that floats on the surface of water. So we're going to be taking this ink and making some really beautiful designs on the water below. Step one is to take a paintbrush and dip it into your color of choice. So I'm going to start with blue. You can see I've got ink on my brush. With this paintbrush, I'm going to carefully tap the very surface of the water. Did you see that ink spread? So I'm touching just the surface. I'm not dropping it onto the bottom of the water. I'm just kind of making some circles with my blue ink. And I know it's a little bit hard to see on camera, but you should be able to see that ink start to spread and fill my tray. Maybe if I get a little more ink, you can see it spread a little bit better. So see how that ink just kind of flies away from the brush? All right, I'm gonna wash my brush and I'm gonna pick a new color. I'm gonna pick red. This one I feel like is the best spreading ink. I'm gonna touch the top of the water and look at that. That ink is so satisfying as it spreads away from my brush. And you can see there's blue ink all around my red ink. So I'm going to continue to tap, tap, gently tap the touch of the water, the top of the water that is. I'm not touching the bottom of my tray, just the very top. I'm going to clean my brush and choose a new color. Maybe I'll do a little bit of black. So I'm just really lightly touching that water. I don't want to do a ton of black in case it kind of takes over my picture. The reason we're gentle with our ink is that we want it to float. We don't want our ink to land on the bottom of the tray. If it does, you're not going to get a really good print. You're just going to get kind of a mess on your tray. So I'm washing my brush when I change colors, and then just continuing to drop paint wherever I feel like, taking my time. And when I'm happy with how much paint is in my tray, I can then take my paintbrush and I can gently, ever so gently, stir it around. And you can see the water currents are kind of mixing the paint and making some really cool patterns. I'm being gentle and slow. I don't want to mix it too much or I'm going to lose some of that really beautiful color. We're going to be pulling some prints from this beautiful ink. You're going to take a piece of paper that has your name on it, and you're gonna dip it into the surface of the water, making sure you get all the edges and pulling up that paint. So you can see I've got all sorts of really lovely colors on my paper. I'm gonna take this to dry. There's still some ink floating in my water, so I can take another piece of paper and I can make a much lighter print this time. Just pressing that paper down and pulling it up. So this print is very faint, but if you look closely, you can see that it's there. I missed that edge, so I'm just gonna float that along the water and see if I can pull some more of that paint. So I've got one really light print and one dark print. And I'm gonna put these on the drying rack to dry.